I'm hooked up, guys. I didn't realize I was already rolling, guys, but I'm on a good fish. I think it's a nice bass. I'm on a pretty good fish, guys. I literally just released my bass and Kerm just hooked up with one. What is going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of All Mouth Bassing. First of all, I just want to say sorry about the horrible lighting, but the sun's already going down and I still wanted to bang out this intro and outro real quick, so I'm doing it anyway. I'll try to make it brief because of that. But anyway, in this one, I go out to a local lake a couple different days last week with the buddy Kerm, and we managed to get into some pretty nice fish. It ended up being a pretty good time, and I won't say too much more to spoil it, so go ahead, stick around, stay tuned, and check it out. Alright guys, tonight I'm out at a local lake with my buddy Kerm. I haven't fished this specific lake in quite a while, since like early summer probably, but we're out here, we're gonna try it out. He actually said he already got on one, I think, so that's good. He didn't say what size or anything, but I guess they're biting. I'm gonna go ahead and start out with this square bill crankbait. Sorry for all the noise in the background. There's a helicopter and a dog barking and things are going hectic. But anyway, I'm gonna start off with a square bill crankbait. It's a Guggen Squad banger. This one is the color Ghost Gill, and there's quite a bit of walleye and bass in here, and there's a pretty good population of bluegill for bait. So I'm hoping that they'll see this and think it's a bluegill because it's got that bluegill color on the body with the little chartreuse tail. Might even draw a little attention in with that tail. So I'm gonna go ahead and whip this around a bit and see what happens. Well guys, a lot of this pond is covered in thick hydrilla and I keep getting snagged up. So I think I'm gonna switch off to something a little bit more weedless and try that out. Okay, we've got a little bit of daylight left today, guys. And with that bit of daylight left, I'm gonna throw around this Yum Christie craw. It's a 3.5 inch in the color watermelon red. I've got it Texas rigged with a 2/0 wide gap and a 16th ounce bullet weight. Gonna go ahead and toss this around and hopefully a hungry bass comes through and thinks it's a real craw. We'll see. Well, I just cast around that Christie craw for quite a while without much luck. I actually did have one on for a sec, but it was off camera and it spit me before I even got the camera rolling. But it was actually a monster and I'm pretty bummed I missed it. But it's pretty dark out at this point, so I'm thinking with that red flake, the Christie craw wasn't going to do too great because it wouldn't be so reflective without any light. So I went ahead and I switched off to a jerkbait. There's a pretty good population of both walleye and bass in here, so the jerkbait might do pretty well in the dark here. This is a Guggen Squad Junior Scout in the color Pro Blue. I'm thinking that blue back should show up pretty good in the dark, so I'm gonna go ahead and chuck this around and hopefully I can get on one. These bugs are so terrible though. I'm gonna cut the light in the camera and I'll be with you guys if I get bit. Okay guys, it is 2 days later and I'm back out at the same lake. I'm out here by myself today and unfortunately Kerm and I didn't have any more luck last time, but I'm gonna try my luck today. It's a nice cool early fall afternoon right now. The weather's supposed to get pretty crappy at some point, but at the moment it's just a little breeze with some occasional gusts. So I should be all right out on the boat for a while at least. But if it gets real nasty, I might have to get off here. But anyway, the bait I'm gonna start today off with is this 3.5 inch Yum Christie craw in the color watermelon red. I've got it Texas rigged. It's the same setup I was throwing the other day. And I'm gonna start off with this one because the only really good bite I got the other day was on this, and it felt like a really nice bass. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss this around. We got some cloud coverage, but I think there's enough sunshine where they should be able to see that red flake all right in this water. Should be able to think it's a crawfish or something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it around and hopefully I get 8. I'm hooked up, guys. Decent one, probably like almost a 1 pounder. Not huge or nothing, but I'll take it. Way quicker hookup than yesterday. Or I guess I didn't hook on you yesterday actually, so way better luck than yesterday. Well, alright guys, it has been a bit of a struggle lately with the bass bite. As you could tell, I was pretty hyped up for this little dink bass. I misspoke a couple times. I said yesterday a couple times, and I meant to say the other day, and I think I might even said something else that was wrong, but I forget what it even was. But anyway, finally got on a little largie. It's been a struggle lately, but let's get this guy back in the water. Alright. See if we can get another one to bite. That wind's picking up, unfortunately, so hopefully that holds off for a bit, but we're gonna keep casting for a while and see what happens. Okay, like I said a minute ago, the wind is picking up pretty bad, but we're gonna stick it out for the time being. I'm gonna keep throwing around this Christie craw for a bit. Hopefully I can get another one on it. Well guys, I just drug the Christie craw along all the grass and under just about every overhang on this whole lake, and I didn't have any more luck. So that's leading me to believe that maybe the bass are out somewhere a little bit deeper suspended. I'm gonna go ahead and switch out from the Christie craw to something I could cover a little bit more water with. I decided to switch off to a Ghost Gill Guggen Squad banger. I'm pretty sure I was throwing this around the other day too, but I'm gonna try it out again today. I know I didn't get any hits on it the other day, but the conditions are much different today. It's really cloudy, and I'm thinking the fish might be swimming around searching for food. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there. The water's pretty muddy from when the wind was blowing through a little bit ago, and also with the clouds, the light and the visibility in general isn't gonna be too great, so I'm hoping maybe they'll key in on that little chartreuse tail and smash that. But anyway, like I said a minute ago, I just wanted to throw something on that covers a little bit more water, so a square bill's a pretty good bait for that, pretty decent search bait. Gonna go ahead and whip this around, and hopefully I could get on one with this. Well, unfortunately the wind just picked back up with a vengeance, and now it's blowing in the opposite direction. Before it was blowing in a way that it would have blown me back towards the parking lot if I would just kind of drift, or it would have at least assisted me if I would have been kicking that way. But now it's blowing in the opposite direction, so there's a lot of resistance, and it's probably going to take me quite a while to paddle back to my car now. So I'm going to start doing that, but I'm going to cast while I'm at it. So still potential to get on one, but I'm gonna start heading back right now. It's getting pretty nasty out. Crap, I didn't realize I was already rolling, guys, but I'm on a good fish. I think it's a nice bass. Oh yeah. Hell yeah, decent largie. Probably like a good pound and a half, not a giant or anything, but I will take it. Man, this always seems to happen when I'm out in these ponds, but we're getting so much more wind than the forecast called for. Like, I'm getting hammered right now. I'm probably gonna have to park it on the bank and walk back to the parking lot with my boat, which is gonna suck, but it's probably gonna be even worse to kick back there in these conditions. There's like half-foot waves. It's real choppy and real windy. I'm having a tough time just staying off the banks, so I think that's gonna call it for the boat for the day, unfortunately. Alright guys, I kept this bass dunked, but I had to kick over to the banks because things were getting a little bit dangerous. It also started raining pretty hard too while I was at it, but anyway, let's get this bass swimming again and let's get this boat off the water and pack it up. Awesome. Well guys, this is a pretty perfect example of southern Colorado for you. Pretty much as soon as I got off the water, the wind stopped and the sun came out, and now it's pretty much beautiful out. There's just a little drizzle. I threw on a sweater and I'm perfectly comfortable now, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and get back in the boat and get back on the water. Alright guys, I am back out on the water now, and you would never even know it was just storming. It is pretty much glass on the water now, completely calm. But anyway, another thing that happened since the storm passed is the buddy Kerm decided to come out, and he just met me out on the water, so he's out there on the yak. I think he's throwing around a spinnerbait. I'm gonna go ahead and keep throwing around the banger since I got a pretty quick hookup with this. Hopefully I could get on a couple more. I think you're already 2 fish deep, right, Kerm? Yeah, Kerm already caught 2 fish on his way over here. He was smart enough to just go straight to moving baits. I'm on a pretty good fish, guys. Oh yeah, decent bass. Biggest of the day, easy. Probably about a 2-pounder. Hell yes. Let's go. Well, she's not quite a 2-pounder, but looks like locked in right around 178. I'm not sure how well y'all can see that, but it was locked in right at 178 just a second ago. So decent fish, just under 2. I'll take it any day. All right guys, shouts out to Kerm for coming in with the scale. Let's get this beauty back in the water. I literally just released my bass and Kerm just hooked up with one. How is it? Decent?
Yeah, like 1.5.
Nice. Says it's probably a good 1.5 pounder.
Oh, dude, look how it creamed the spinnerbait.
Yeah. Ah, the spinner
Might not be a giant, but man, Kerm's bass straight up slammed the old spinner.
Swallowed it, dude.
Let's
Now
go.
It's stuck in the neck. I'm gonna say 108.
108. I'm
Yep.
gonna say, I'm actually gonna say 1.12.
Oh, right in between.
110, that's wild, right in
That's
between.
funny. Good guessing. Right
Nice,
there,
dude. Decent little bass. All right, Kerm's gonna get this bass back in the water now. Woo. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get back to throwing around the banger. Hopefully we could get into some more. It seems like the bite got pretty decent after that storm.
Dude, they are creaming and moving.
Kerm got on another one, but I took a little while to paddle over here, so I'm just gonna get the release on it quick. Woo! Nice, man. Hell yeah. Well guys, I just got bit by a really decent fish and then it pulled me into a snag and I snapped off, unfortunately. So it's also almost pitch black out and I didn't bring any of my night gear out. So Kerm's actually already on his way back to the parking lot, I'm pretty sure. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night myself. So I'll see you on the outro. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching another episode, and thank you so much for sticking around till the end. As y'all could see, that ended up being a pretty good time. The first day was pretty tough. I think Kerm only caught one, and I ended up getting skunked that first day. But then I went back a couple days later because I saw some potential. I had got some decent bites on the craw the first day. Went back, got that one on the craw, and I should have switched off to a moving bait a little sooner once I realized the conditions weren't really perfect for finesse bait, but I was stubborn. I tried with the craw for a lot longer than I should have that second day, and I paid for it because Kerm came out and he ended up getting 4 bass in the time it took me to get 3 when I was out for like a good hour and a half, 2 hours longer than him. So should have switched to moving baits quicker. I think I would have had a lot better luck that second day if I had, but we still got into some really nice ones. Nothing giant or anything. I know it wasn't really necessary to put those fish on the scale. I know some of you were probably laughing about that, but we figured we'd weigh them, see what a couple of those bigger ones we caught weighed. And the biggest one I think was like only a 1.8 or something like that, but still a great time. I was happy to catch what I caught, and we'll be back at it sometime soon. So thanks again for watching guys. I'll see you on the next one, and I'll see you on the water.